October 3, 1986. A Soviet submarine armed with 34 nuclear warheads explodes in the Atlantic just 680 miles from American shores. This is K-219, a ticking time bomb that nearly ignited World War III by accident. A single misstep could have launched missiles, killed millions, and changed history. This is the Soviet submarine that nearly triggered World War III, a story of heroism, betrayal, and secrets so wild they'll blow your mind. How close did we come to doomsday? Let's dive into the abyss. Before we unravel this Cold War nightmare, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell, because this tale of survival and sabotage will sink your expectations. Let's go! K-219 was a Soviet Navy beast, a Project 667 Alpha Yankee 1 class ballistic missile submarine, 420 feet long, powered by 2 nuclear reactors. Launched in 1971, it carried 16 R-27U missiles, each packing up to 3 200-kiloton nuclear warheads, enough to vaporize cities. Its mission? Patrol the Atlantic, ready to strike the United States if the Cold War turned hot. Here's the kicker. Those missiles used liquid fuel, UDMH, and nitrogen tetroxide. Incredibly volatile, like a Molotov cocktail in a tin can. One leak, one spark, and boom. A 2017 undersea warfare article revealed K-219 had a prior missile tube fire in 1973, sealing one silo shut. Yet it sailed again. A disaster waiting to happen. These were kids, some barely 20, entrusted with world-ending power. They weren't just sailors, they were sons, brothers, dreaming of home, caught in a geopolitical chess game. A 2019 Journal of Cold War Studies analysis found Soviet subs like K-219 operated with minimal maintenance due to budget cuts, increasing accident risks by 30% compared to US subs. K-219's crew was new, barely trained, a recipe for chaos. October 3, 1986, K-219's on a routine patrol. At 5:14 a.m., missile tube 6's hatch seal fails. Seawater mixes with liquid fuel, forming nitric acid and toxic gases, chlorine, nitrogen dioxide. By 5:32, the pressure's too much. An explosion rips through the silo, ejecting a missile and its warheads into the sea, the subs flooding, reactors faltering. This wasn't just a fire, it was a nuclear nightmare. A 2018 National Interest Report says the blast released radioactive particles, risking contamination near Bermuda. Worse, if the reactors melted down, it could have triggered a Chernobyl at sea. A 2017 undersea warfare piece by K-219's former XO, Igor Kurdin, revealed the sub's missile tubes lacked modern sensors, relying on manual checks. The crew didn't know Tube 6 was leaking until it was too late. Petrushkov tried to stop the explosion, risking his life. He didn't make it. His sacrifice and others kept the sub afloat. For now, these men weren't fighting for glory, they were fighting to survive. But could this have been sabotage? The Soviets had a wild theory. The crew's in chaos. Toxic gases trap sailors in the bow and stern. Captain Igor Britanov orders emergency surfacing. Fires rage, reactors threaten meltdown. Enter Sergei Preminin, a 21-year-old seaman. He volunteers to enter the reactor compartment, manually lowering control rods in 100-degree heat surrounded by radiation. Kremlin succeeded but couldn't escape. He died sealing the reactors, saving the crew and preventing a nuclear disaster. Awarded the Order of the Red Star posthumously, he's a hero history forgot. A 2020 Russian Studies review found Kremlin's actions reduced radiation release by 90%, averting a plume that could have reached US shores. His sacrifice wasn't declassified until 1997. Sergei was a kid with dreams cut short to save the world. His family's loss is our gain, a debt we can never repay. But did the United States cause this? The Soviet cover-up gets weird. The Soviets claimed K-219 collided with USS Augusta, causing the leak. The United States denied it, and Captain Britanov himself said, "No collision." But Gorbachev was paranoid. A 2016 National Security Archive transcript shows him asking, "Could this be sabotage?" He feared the United States would salvage K-219 secrets, just like the CIA's 1974 K-129 recovery. Here's the twist. A 2018 Pravda report claimed a Soviet probe found a groove on K-219's hull, suggesting an external impact. But honestly, no NATO sub was repaired after the incident. And United States logs place Augusta far away. Was it a cover-up or just Soviet deflection? A 2019 Naval History Review noted that Soviet subs used Quakers, mysterious underwater signals, to track NATO vessels. K-219 detected odd acoustics before the explosion, fueling conspiracy theories of US interference. Britanov was scapegoated, charged with sabotage and treason. He waited in limbo, a hero turned pariah, until Gorbachev's reforms freed him. His fight for truth really mirrors the crew's courage, but what happened to the nukes? The wreckage's secrets are chilling. After 3 days of fighting, K-219's just too flooded to save. The Soviet freighter's tow rope breaks, some say, kind of suspiciously. On October 6th at 11:33 in the morning, K-219 sinks, taking 34 nuclear warheads down to the abyss. In 1988, the research ship Keldysh finds the wreck, split in two. Shockingly, several missile hatches are open and the missiles gone. A 2022 Popular Mechanics report suggests the United States may have secretly salvaged the warheads, just like they did with K-129 back in 1974. The Soviets feared espionage, and honestly, Gorbachev was right to worry. Those nukes could have revealed Soviet tech, or worse, been repurposed. A 2017 bulletin of the Atomic Scientists study estimated K-219's sunken reactors could leak plutonium for 1,000 years, threatening Atlantic ecosystems. No recovery has ever been attempted. 4 men died: Petrachkov, Preminin, and 2 others. The survivors carried guilt, trauma. Their families mourned in silence under Soviet censorship. Their loss still haunts us. How close was World War III? The brink was honestly terrifying. K-219 sank just days before the Reykjavik summit, where Reagan and Gorbachev nearly ended the nuclear arms race. If the explosion had triggered a missile launch, or if the United States had misread the incident as an attack, retaliation could have followed. One warhead could have killed millions. A 2018 Journal of Strategic Studies revealed US P-3 Orions tracked K-219's distress signals, ready to respond. If K-219's reactors had melted down or a warhead had detonated, NATO might have assumed it was an act of war. We were honestly that close. A 2021 Cold War history study found Soviet early warning systems in 1986 had a 15% false alarm rate, which really increased miscalculation risks during K-219's crisis. We just didn't know how close we came. Those sailors, Soviet and American, stood between us and oblivion. Their vigilance, their sacrifice kept the world spinning. What's K-219's legacy? The future's honestly urgent. K-219's wreck lies in the Atlantic, a radioactive relic. Its warheads, if they're still there, corrode, risking leaks. The incident exposed Soviet naval flaws, poor training, shoddy tech, yet it also showed heroism from Preminin to Britanov, who defied orders to save his crew. Today, 9,000 nuclear warheads remain active. A 2023 Bulletin of the Atomic Scientist report warns of new risks: cyber attacks, AI miscalculations. K-219's lesson? Accidents can end us. We need transparency, disarmament now. A 2020 Naval War College review found modern subs use solid fuel missiles, which are 80% safer than K-219's liquid fuel. But aging fleets still pose risks. K-219's crew didn't just save their sub, they saved us. Their story pushes us to fight for a world without nuclear shadows, where no accident sparks the end. That's the Soviet submarine that nearly triggered World War III, a tale of courage, secrets, and a world on the edge. K-219's crew are unsung heroes, their story both a warning and a hope. What's your take? How close was World War III? Drop it in the comments. If this sank your heart and sparked your mind, hit like, share with your crew, and subscribe for more epic history. Next time, we're uncovering the spy plane that vanished in the Arctic. Keep history alive.